In just over 1 year's time, I've helped over 60 men achieve 10% body fat, visible, clean-cut abs. In doing so, I've got my 5 rules that I use in order to achieve such a transformation. So, let's waste no time, let's get straight into them for you. Rule number 1, food high, but output also high. I am more in the camp of turning you into athletes than I am turning you into starving children. Will food need to come down at some point? Absolutely. However, that is not our basic attack. That is not the first thing we lead with. Instead, we push your output up first. Why? The higher we can keep your food, the more you're going to adhere to that anyway, the more fullness in the muscle you're going to keep, therefore still, again, adhere because you look fuller than you are. But most importantly, the easier it will be to maintain and or build inside the gym. Gym floor performance is critical within a dietary phase to hold and build muscle. That is the main reason you will keep the muscle on your bones over your protein target. So therefore, fuel is needed to drive that. However, we must drive the negative energy balance, so we then push cardio first. Our means of doing this are, I will start you on cardio. I'll start you on 20 minutes of cardio per day at a heart rate of 120 to 130 on something that's non-impact, so it doesn't accumulate too much fatigue. Personally, I either run with the incline treadmill walk or the elliptical / cross trainer, whatever you call it in your country. I'll also get them to walk 10,000 steps per day. This will then mean we can sit mostly just below maintenance to begin with and still drop off quite nicely. And this is for those of you whose metabolism is in the bin. You will get used to eating a good amount of food, burning a good amount of food. Therefore, creating the demand for your body to need a certain amount of calories, not being on such low calories to begin with. So that's my first rule that we lead with. The second rule inside nutrition is carbs are king. Don't ever get this wrong. Carbs are not the enemy. Carbs are absolutely your friend for the similar point I mentioned in rule 1. Carbs drive performance in the gym. Now, those of you running carnivore diets, fine, you've obviously got to the point where that works for you. For the majority of people that I've coached, carbs are king. For me personally and my own experience of training, carbs are king. Carbs drive performance in the gym, so therefore I'm not looking to pull the carbs until I really have to. In many ways, like sure, 1 gram per pound of body weight of protein, but if you had to choose between what's going to keep muscle on the bones, eating protein or maintaining the standard of gym floor performance and numbers you could lift on a certain lift, which one is going to yield the reason for the muscle to stay on the bones? Bearing in mind, one is a physical demand on the body that the body must cope with. The other is simply just a certain type of macronutrient you put into your body. So I'm not saying pull your protein, but I am saying carbs are actually absolutely king. And when you do need to take from food, I pull from fats first because they also yield a bigger drop in calories for little volume. Like if we pulled 30 grams of dark chocolate, that's 180 calories, but it's 3 pieces of dark chocolate, it's minuscule. I pull 180 calories worth of rice, that's pretty much 50 grams. You're going to feel the effects of that and you're going to be in a bad way for it. So that's why I like to keep the carbs high to drive gym floor performance. So we've understood food high but output high, and also carbohydrates high. So at this point we can keep training in a good space. On the point of training, this is number 3. I go for intensity over volume for the similar reason. If the threshold to keep a certain amount of muscle on your bones is here, and you always train here, the muscle will align with how much volume and overall stimulus you're putting on it. Now, if it is here and you train with intensity on a set, the muscle has a reason to stay on the bones. If you're pressing 50 kilogram dumbbells for 8s, the muscle needs to be of that standard to hold up to this amount. But if you're constantly doing loads of volume at 46 and 45s, then the muscle only needs to be as big as enough to hold 45s. So at this point, I like to program training in a way that's not going to burn through loads of glycogen. A lot of you terrorize me for the way I say that word. It means the same thing, glycogen, tomato. If you have high volume within your plan, on a dietary phase, in a deficit, you're going to burn through a lot of your energy, which means you're going to then also, like, your training's going to go in the bin because you're just burning through all your energy. So I like to program top set, heavy 6 to 10, force intensity, because if you do 3 sets of the same number of repetitions, you'll spread your effort across all 3. If I make you do 1 set as hard as you can, 6 to 10 reps, you'll fully send it and you'll lift more. Then I do a back off set, drop the load by 20%, and then hit 12 to 15 reps. This is something I've learned through education. It works well in a dietary phase. We keep intensity, but we drop off a bit of volume. So we still give the muscle a reason to stay on our bones, but we don't burn through as much glycogen to get there. That specifically, by the way, is more for compound exercises. Isolation, I would still keep them towards higher volume. Now, rule number 4, team 9 hours. And what I revert to there is sleep. I can tell you right now, if you're burning the candle in a deficit, you're pushing your output, and you're not sleeping well, you're going to have a hard and a miserable time getting that body fat off. Push the sleep as much as you can. I sleep for 9 hours. I'm in a dieting phase right now, and I will always make sure I sleep for 9 hours because that's what I need to recover from the demands of high steps, high cardio, training, and being in a calorie deficit. You can't burn the candle at all ends. Put the time in, give yourself the extra hour of sleep in bed. And the last rule, and this is more one to make you smile in the face of adversity. The worse you feel, the better you're going to look. If you are hanging out, if you feel like your insides are eating you, just know it is all working. This is good feedback you're getting from your own body, and you're going to look very, very shredded and very, very lean. So people think, I feel awful. Oh, God, this is hard. I don't know if I could do this. And they quit. No. The feedback you were getting there was perfect. That was your body literally doing what the whole plan is supposed to. So welcome that feeling with open arms. Welcome the feeling of being like, oh my God, this is horrible. Welcome it with open arms. Smile in the face of adversity, because the worse you feel, the better you're going to look. So they're the 5 rules I follow in order to get guys lean. So you can apply them into your own training, at least the ones that you think are of value as well. So found this video of value, subscribe to the channel. If you want to come and join us at the Gorilla Platoon, there'll be links in the description. We will see you on the inside.